Guys, it's Dabby Black, and today we are doing part 1 of What If Deku Was a Vigilante. So it starts off like this. Deku has always wanted to be a hero, but he was born without a quirk. One day he was walking down an old tunnelway, and he was attacked by a sludge villain. The sludge villain attacks him, but All Might runs up to the sludge villain, saving Deku but breaking his legs in the process. He takes Deku to a hospital, leaving the sludge villain alone, which ends up attacking Deku. I mean, not Deku, Bakugo. All Might breaks his legs and takes him to the hospital. Deku, even though he broke his legs, still likes All Might, and he asks All Might the famous question: Can he be a hero without quirk? All Might says no. All Might, angers Deku. And Deku says, "What do you mean no? You broke my legs, are you gonna break my heart? What do you mean?" And he says, "I'm sorry, but you couldn't even be a hero even with your legs if you didn't have a quirk." This angers Deku, and Deku says, "Whatever, just leave me alone." And then the doctor says, "Deku, your father's here." And he's like, "What? My father's here?" And then smells smoke coming from. He smells smoke, and then a man with smoke coming out of his mouth says, "Deku, are you okay?" And he looks at All Might and says, "Get the hell out of here." And then All Might looks at the TV that's in the hospital, and he says, "I have to anyways." And it's Bakugo. He's being attacked. All Might goes over, and he saves Bakugo. He says Detroit Smash, and then saving Bakugo, and he saw a lot of damage Bakugo did. And he thinks, maybe this kid could be my successor. So he gives Bakugo one for all, and he tells him, hey, and he tells him he asks him if he wants to be, his successor. He gives him one for all, and that's how Bakugo gets one for all in this story. Deku goes into the car with his dad, and his dad gives him a pill and says, "Take it." Deku takes it, and his legs start to work, and his muscles densify, and he becomes superhumanly strong. Deku asks, "What was that pill? How'd you get it?" And then his dad says, "I'm a vigilante. Something I need to tell you." He explains to Deku about how he's been working undercover with the League of Villains, and that he and that he's had to and that he's had to sit and that he's had to do a lot of bad things in order to help good people. And Deku understands. It's like, "So what do you want from me? I need you to go into UA and find out who's a traitor. There's a traitor in UA, and we need to find who he is, or else there might be hell." So Deku says okay, and he goes to UA. He he's there, and almost like and he gets close to almost everyone. They don't all at all. None of them at all seem bad. He also works undercover with the League of Villains, along with some of his dad's rogue, I guess maybe vigilantes. So they're vigilantes who work with his dad, who are also undercover, pretending to be a villain. And in this story, because if you read the name of the channel, I'm a big fan of Dabby, so we'll pretend. So we'll say that Dabby's also a vigilante in this, and that he's working with Deku, and that his dad saved him, and it was because my dad was abusive, and he was getting ready to kill himself, but his dad saved him from doing that, and showed him a better way. So that's why Dabby's working with Deku's dad. So Dabby and Deku kind of have a close relationship. Deku and Deku, obviously, suspicious of Bakugo because Bakugo has lines all over his body. Whenever he charges up, he has energy coming off of him, so he sees what it is, and he follows all Bakugo, and apparently has an alibi. Bakugo is apparently gaining well, I guess he has um what do you call one for all from All Might. So Deku calls out doesn't call out Bakugo for that, but he does know. And the traitor doesn't at all come to the I guess villain hideout, because apparently they have multiple villain hideouts. So this isn't the one that he even comes to, even though this is the main villain hideout. So I added this in just to make it a bit harder for Deku to figure it out. Deku, over the course of time, goes over and he tries to figure and tries to find out the traitor, and eventually we get to the part where Deku and Uraraka have to fight Ida and Bakugo, since Deku's still undercover at that school. So Bakugo and Deku fight, and Deku is beating Bakugo up. Bakugo says, "You're a worthless runt, and you don't deserve to be at UA." And he says, "Leave me alone. I'm not even here for you." And he says, "Shut up. Fight me." And Deku's fighting him, and he says, "You made my life a living hell." And he thinks about how All Might ruined his life, and then gave the guy he hated the most a quirk. Well, at least another quirk. "You ruined everything." And he just starts pushing Bakugo to the ground, punching him. He says, "You don't deserve to be a hero. You don't deserve to live." And then he puts his hands in the air, getting ready to bash Bakugo's head in. But Ito runs up, kicking Deku. And since Deku has superhuman strength, Ida tries to punch Deku. Deku takes Ida's fist, breaking it, and then takes one of his engines, bending it. Now, all the students don't really like Deku for this, and thinking he's a little too violent. So, and All Might doesn't even trust him, and and All Might actually thinks Deku might be working for the League of Villains because he crippled him, and all of a sudden he walks. He's walking. Deku Deku's thinking about how everyone ruined his life as he goes home. And then Deku says, "Is everything okay?" And Deku's like, "No, everything is not okay. You you were gone for so long. You've missed out on half of my life." His dad says, "I'm sorry." And then Deku says, "You're sorry? You're sorry you weren't there? You weren't even there when I was told I was quirkless." And he's like, "Trust me, I was there." And he says, "Really? Really?" And he's like, "Nobody." He's like, "No one believed in me. I had to do this on my own." And he says, "So tell me, where were you? Where were you?" "I was trying to help other people like you." "Why?" I was trying to stop I was trying to stop All for One." "Why?" "Because he stole your quirk." There's a long pause, and Deku says, I'm going to get revenge on All for One." So that's how part one ends. It's kind of short. Leave a like and subscribe if you want part two, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, and also, I'm gonna make the next part much longer. So yeah, let's stick around for that.